Follow our latest coverage of the political and fiscal crisis in Britain. London, in a stark retreat, Prime Minister Liz Truss of Britain on Friday fired her finance minister and partly reversed a tax plan that had rattled global financial markets, unsettled investors and set off a spiraling crisis that still threatens her political survival. In a brief news conference from Downing Street, she vowed to raise the country's corporate tax rate after promising last month not to do so. The increased taxes will help pay for other tax cuts she had initiated and are meant to calm investors, who worried that the cuts were unfunded. It is clear that parts of our mini-budget went further and faster than markets were expecting, Ms. Truss said, adding, "We need to act now to reassure T." Ms. Truss said that corporate taxes would rise by £18 billion, or $20 billion, which would act as a down payment and help restore confidence. But she declined to apologize for the turmoil of recent weeks, and insisted that she remained committed to her objective of spurring economic growth. The reversal of policy on corporate taxes had been widely expected, but Ms. Truss made no mention in her news conference of any further changes, for example, over her plan to reduce the basic income tax rate. The statement follows 3 weeks of turbulence after an announcement last month by the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Kwasi Kwarteng, that sent the currency plunging and government borrowing costs soaring. Earlier Friday, Ms. Truss fired Mr. Kwarteng. Asked on Friday afternoon about why she was staying in office when Mr. Kwarteng was leaving, she said, "My priority is making sure we deliver the economic stability that our country needs." Downing Street announced that the new Chancellor of the Exchequer was Jeremy Hunt, a former Health and Foreign Secretary. With Mr. Hunt considered a pragmatist and moderate, his appointment seemed intended to reassure financial markets. Initial reaction to Ms. Truss's media conference suggested that she may not have done enough to calm a crisis that has threatened her leadership, however. On Twitter, one former Conservative cabinet minister, David Gauke, wrote simply, "That won't do." Her firing of Mr. Kwarteng also failed to lift the British pound or advance gains made by government bonds.